How much does our society really know? We decided to ask a series of what we thought were almost common sense questions. To randomize the chance of possible answers, we went to a few different stores with a dense number of people around town. The results were shocking. When looking for places dense with people, of course Walmart was our first thought. Walmart is always full of diverse people, making it easier to randomize the answers. We asked 3 questions here.
Our first question asked, who was the second president of the United States? The results of this question were stunning. Out of the 25 people polled, only 9 succeeded in answering it correctly. We had people ranging from George Washington all the way to William McKinley, the 25th president.
Sure. All right. Do you know who the second president of the United States was?
The second, gosh, Thomas Jefferson. I forgot.
Do you know who the second president of the United States was?
Actually, no.
All right. Do you know who the second president of the United States was?
Y'all don't put me on.
After successfully collecting data for our first question, it was time to move on to our second. What is the approximate value of pi? Expecting very few to answer this question correctly, we were quite surprised with the results. Out of the 25 people polled, an astounding 18 people answered either right on or in the general area.
And do you know the approximate value of pi?
Pi? 3.14?
3.14.
3.14. Yeah.
For our third question, we wanted to know if people thought a tomato was a fruit or a vegetable. We thought this would be a good one because although some might consider tomato a vegetable, it is technically a fruit. When we surveyed people this question, we got a lot of mixed answers. Out of the 25 people surveyed, only 4 correctly answered that it was a fruit, 12 thought it was a vegetable, and 9 thought that it was both. After we felt that we had collected enough information from Walmart, we wanted to see if there were any significant changes in people's intelligence based on the store. We decided PetSmart was a good spot for our 4th question. Question 4. How many presidents have there been in the history of the United States? The results of this question were astounding. Out of 25 people surveyed, only 3 got the exact number. While surveying through, we noticed a large sum of people who thought that the answer was in the mid-50s.
How many presidents have there been?
What, 50, 52 or 4 or something?
44.
44?
Excuse me, Mr. Kitty. Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? We're doing a project for statistics. All right. How many presidents have there been so far in the United States?
52.
44.
Actually 44.
Due to a lack of people in PetSmart, we decided to pick up on this question at Belk across the street.
Do you know how many presidents there's been so far in the United States?
How many presidents?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know off the top of my head. 100 and something?
All right.
A lot. I think 40, 20 or 40 or something like that.
44.
All right.
44.
The final question was added last, but we as a group think that this is by far the most important question. We believe that this is something that every American taxpayer should know. Question 5. How much money is our nation in debt? The numbers for this question are almost just as scary. Out of 25 people surveyed, only 5 even guessed in the general region, and nobody guessed the exact amount.
How much is the United States in debt right now?
I would say a couple billion.
All right. Like,
Isn't like 16 million?
In conclusion, we found that questions that we thought people would know the answers to most of the time didn't. We're not sure if it's because of the suddenness, fear of being embarrassed, or being put on the spot that caused them to answer the question incorrectly. Or maybe they just didn't know, period. But when it comes down to it, out of 125 questions asked, only 39 were answered correctly.